Important step forward already took place 15 years ago with our low emission zone. That was an access restriction to keep, in particular, dirty diesel out of the central part of Berlin. That was a very successful scheme because we forced 1/3 of the diesel vehicles to be retrofitted with a particle filter. And that has the advantage that the black carbon, which is very toxic and which is also contributing to climate change, is filtered out. And so we could see in our monitoring data a big effect. And it also helped to bring down the concentration of what is called PM10, particulate matter, for which we have a standard, an air quality standard in Europe. We exceeded that at that time, and we were able to meet it later on. And the low emission zone, I think, was the major step forward. But quite a number of obstacles to come around. One was the legal framework, which we needed. You might know that there is a sticker system, as there is here one in Spain, there's one in France, and there has been one in Germany, but this is a national regulation. So without the national government's help, a municipality, a region cannot put these kind of measures into force. So we needed the national government to help us. That happened. Then, of course, the second opponent was car industry, because they didn't like the idea of upgrading and retrofitting an existing vehicles. They rather liked a vehicle to be scrapped and a new being bought. and those industries who manufacture the after treatment system, so the technology which makes ICE, that's internal combustion engine vehicles, clean. This is a small industry, and they did not and still have not the power to convince the political, the government, the national government in particular, to promote that. And this was difficult as well. And then, of course, car drivers aren't happy if you restrict the use of their loved vehicle. And this is why we were keen to establish this retrofit option into the low emission zone scheme, because it provides a means to allow a vehicle to drive still and being improved in terms of its environmental footprint. And I think that's a very important element of a strategy. You always have to think about how to mitigate or minimize the disadvantage vis-a-vis those who are affected by whatever kind of measure. And talking about Barcelona, Superblock is something which is now well known even globally. We call it Keats Block. And this is now the focus to try to keep the through traffic out of neighborhoods. So this is very popular. Also, the safety of school children, and they cycle or walk towards the school. This is something parents like, and this is also in political terms something popular and widely implemented now in various districts and neighborhoods. Yeah, I think the idea is perfect. And I think in terms of the support of citizens, it's prudent not to start from the big scheme, but rather in small units, the neighborhoods, the blocks. Because here I think you can show to the population, to the inhabitants, the residents, that there is a benefit in terms of more space for the kids to play, a safe way for them and also for elderly, for everyone to walk, to use the bike. Yeah, because car traffic and other use of transport are not compatible. You need to decide whether a particular space and room in your city is devoted to the one or the other. And of course the space is unfairly distributed at the moment, so we need to shift that. And of course, the more support you get, the more advanced you can, the speedier you can move forward. And I think that the concept in Barcelona to start at a local level is a very prudent strategy.